what it is, what is up, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's a wrap, aka Yudi here. And you see all these books behind me? All these books behind me, it's time for me to read them. It's time, and that's what one of my goals for 2025 was, to get through my physical TBR. And baby, I don't know when it got so insane. I don't know when. Once I got the second bookshelf, I think that's when it got insane. Because usually when I buy a book, I've read the book, and I need to get back to that. So I haven't even counted these books, but I am going to have a counter up in the corner, probably in this corner. I'm going to have it up in the corner, the like physical TBR count, because I have not counted these books, because it's a lot. I definitely know it's more than 50, which I'm ashamed to say, but it's true. So yeah, these are the books that I'm going to try. I'm not going to buy a book, y'all. I'm not going to buy a book. I'm going to read what I got, because I got enough to have a good old time. And some of these have been sitting here for a minute. I'm not even going to lie. At my very bottom shelf, I didn't even grab, because that's all the Terry McMillan, my 3 books that I have in Spanish. So tack on like an extra 5-6 books. And plus, you've seen them. I have 2 used book hauls on my channel, and I'll have them linked in the description. But I have 2 used book hauls. And for the most part, I don't think I've read most of those books from the book haul, and I don't think I pulled them because I didn't want to repeat books that I've already mentioned on my channel. But if you are interested in like a more in-depth summary of those books, check the description. My used book haul is there. But let's get into it. All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. I actually listened to some of this audiobook, and I can't even tell you where I am in the book. It was so long ago that I listened to the audiobook. It was like on a road trip, and I was like, let me listen to the audiobook. I mean, it was either when did this book come out? 2023? 2023. So it had to be sometime the beginning of this year and the last year. The same with Razor Blade Tears. I own Razor Blade Tears. Have I touched it? No. Black Girls Breathing. I actually got this not that long ago, but I also have this in a shorts for nonfiction by Black women. I got this, and I haven't touched it yet. This one I've had for a while. Also, if I'm going to read these, and if I don't give them higher than like a 3, I'm going to donate them, because I can't. If I want to add in more books, I have to like really be tight on my collection. So this is Sankofa, and I've had this for a while. This is a recent book club read. The Book of Juju. I should give a caveat. If I have a signed copy, I'm not going to donate. I'm probably not going to donate this one. I love the cover. The Book of Juju. I had this on my 10 before. I think I had this on my 10 before the end. Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. It's hard to focus because the cover. But I own Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. I'm probably going to read this next month, because I think I'm in the mood to read it. I just didn't want to be heartbroken. Monday's Not Coming broke me, and I heard this one is just as sad, but still really good. Let Me Hear a Rhyme. Sorry, the flash. Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson. I also have not read this. Ooh, baby, I'm in my YA bag. I have not touched any of my YA books. Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. Everything. I forgot where I got this from. I don't remember where I got this from, but Everything, Nicola Yoon. Dead Girls by Nkesa Afia. Will it focus? Yes, this is like a series. I think this is the first book in the series. It's a Harlem Renaissance mystery. Love in Color by Bolu Babalola. And a lot of people say this is better than Honey and Spice. So, Bell Hooks, Feminism is for Everybody. This is the only Bell Hooks I own that I haven't. Come on, focus. It won't focus, whatever. I own 4 Bell Hooks works, and this is the only one that I haven't read. This one does not have a cover. It won't focus. This is Milk in My Coffee by Eric Jerome Dickey. Okay, this is another book I got used. This is Bling by Erica Kennedy. This might be appropriate to read now. This is about a woman who works in the hip hop industry. Like, she's a small town girl, and she's working for a music mogul, and she's determined to become a star. I think this came out in the 2000s, which makes it even more, I think, appropriate. I'm going to read this. I might move this up in my TBR because like the climate, you know, everything going on with Diddy, this might be an appropriate read. Another YA, Off the Record by Cameron Garrett. I don't know if I should say that out loud. I don't know if I should say this out loud because I think it's derogatory, but this is a memoir. So Carlos Moore is an academic. The reason I'm aware of Carlos Moore is because there was a documentary that came out a couple of years ago, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. It was either at the beginning of the pandemic, right before the pandemic, and it was My Friend Fela. And it was Carlos Moore pretty much talking about Fela's life and his work and, you know, how him as a flawed man, but and so forth. And Carlos Moore himself came up during civil rights and everything, or he was part of the revolution, the Cuban Revolution, I believe, or he worked under the Fidel's, you know, party, but ultimately ended up exiling to the United States because he disagreed with Fidel's, like, the way that he went about the revolution in terms of race. So this book discusses that. Business Not As Usual by Sharon C. Cooper. Colson Whitehead. Harlem Shuffle. I've heard mixed reviews about this. Gloria Naylor is another one that might move to the top. I might have to reorganize this. The Men of Brewster Place. Gloria Naylor. I need to get the Woman of Brewster Place. Mama Day, which I think Mama Day is like more fantastical or like fantasy. Like, yeah. What We Lose. I had this in a used book haul. I think this is like a biracial South African, whatever. Tayari Jones, Silver Sparrow. Y'all, American Marriage had me. And when I read the description for Silver Sparrow, I was like, ooh, baby, I gotta read this next. Another Gloria Naylor, Bailey's Cafe. Opal and Neb. You're gonna see like maybe 1 or 2 book of the month in here. This is a new one to my collection, and I think this was another one in 10 Before the End. Behind You Is the Sea. It's a Palestinian author, but still a person of color. Nick Stone, Chaos Theory. I tried to get rid of the sticker. I got this at Books A Million. That's the only thing I don't like about Books A Million. Ooh, this one I'm gonna move to the top 2. Nearly All the Men in Lagos Are Mad. I read Only Big Bum Bums Matter Tomorrow, and I had an excellent time. So I'm very excited to read Nearly All the Men in Lagos Are Mad. This is now, you can buy this now, but that just shows how behind I am. I was supposed to have read this forever ago. This is Yoruba Boy Running, and I had this in my top 10 to read before the end. I think this is another top 10 before the end. Let Us Descend by Jasmine Ward. Baby, this actually falls into the category of allegedly. I just did not have the capacity to be gut wrenched. It's a signed copy by Jasmine Ward. I'm not gonna get rid of it. Okay. I don't know if I put this in my TBR or the top 10 before the end, but this is The Sunsets in Singapore. The Blueprint. Y'all have seen The Blueprint already. I think like 2-3 times. I'm gonna read it. The Street by Ann Petrie. I haven't heard one person say this book is not good. One that I'm never going to get rid of. Oh, I have bookmarks in here. The Devil Wears a Blue Dress by Walter Mosley. And I also got the final book in the series, Farewell, an Easy Rollins Mystery. I think this is Amethystine. God Bless You, Otis Spunkmeyer. This is another 10 before the end. Another 10 before the end. You can tell it's an arc, and I still got the marketing in it. I need to read this. The Devil Is Fine. Another 10 before the end that I haven't touched. Ta-Nehisi Coates, The Water Dancer. Okay, my Omar Tabriz. You saw this in the used book haul. The ones that I have linked below. Just Say No. I got this not that long ago, so I don't feel as bad. The Do-Right Man. Richard Wright. Rite of Passage. And then these are all from, I think, my last used book haul. But Lolita Files, it's her Scenes from a Sister, #1, and then #2, Getting to the Good Part. It's a series. This is at the top of my list. These are actually more newer. This one I just got. I just got this book because it just released this month. Death of the Author, Nyeri Okafor. You saw it in my anticipated reads. Will it focus? Whatever. The Wife Before by Shanor Williams. Blessings. This is another one I just got that not that long ago. Isn't the cover beautiful on this? And I think it kind of looks like the author. Hold on, if we can see a picture of the author. Maybe it doesn't look like the author. I feel like the portrait kind of looks like the author, but maybe I'm tripping. Okay. But whoever did this did like it's a beautiful cover. Okay, another mystery, Next of Kin by Ki Abdullah. I think she's a UK writer. Innocent Intent. Baby, this is Casey Mills, I think, like first mystery or it's like thriller, and I'm so excited to get into this. It came out last year. They had it at my bookstore, so of course I picked it up. Have I touched the book? Have I touched the book? No, I have not. Cast. I've heard mixed things about Cast. Janie Garrow, Ties That Tether. Baby, I read Sweetest Remedy. I did not like it. That's why I'm kind of nervous to read Ties That Tether. The Death of Vivek Oji. How many times? I should do a count of how many times I said I own this book. I said it so many times. I'm gonna read this book. I've read her 2 latest books and I still haven't read this book yet. Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. I haven't actually heard that great things about this book, to be honest. Parable of the Sawyer. This is one I've also had for a while, and you can tell most of the sad books I've been hesitantly asking myself if I should read. But Night Crawling. I haven't had anybody read this book and said that it wasn't gut-wrenching. Sweet, Soft, Plenty Rhythm. This is a little bit of a lie. I did read it and then I didn't realize I don't really like verse. But this is Everybody's Looking by Candace, I think it's Elo. Toni Morrison, The Bluest Eye, with the introduction by Candace Carty Williams. Interesting. Tar Baby by Toni Morrison. I specifically looked for this cover. This is Jazz by Toni Morrison. And then we have Plantations and Our Becoming. These are a collection, I think, of poems. Yeah, that covers them all. Will I read them all? We'll have to wait until the end of 2025. But let me know which books I should prioritize, which books you've read and really enjoyed. And until the next time, y'all, deuces.